Hey lovies, this is Michelle here at Life Matcha Tarot. I hope that you guys are doing great. Happy Thursday. I hope that the week has been going well and you guys have been, staying healthy and safe, and all that good stuff. I'm pretty doggone early because usually I'm not even home until about a half hour ago. But excuse me, it's teacher appreciation week at my job. So they let us out early since the kids had a half day. So usually I have to stay. But it was nice being able to leave a couple hours early. I have no issues with that at all. So I was like, I should go on early, but I don't know what the turnout's going to be because it's so early. Hey, sis, what's up, girl? Hey, girl, hey. I didn't forget about you yesterday, by the way. My mom needed me to do some stuff for her around the house. So couldn't say no. But yeah, it sucks that like on TikTok, like if you do something live, like you can't go back. So I would have loved to watch whatever you were reading about. But yeah, nonetheless, I love you, girl. Check her out. Actually, the Phoenix Priestess. Check her out. Check her out. She's amazing. She is my soully. Ooh, cool. Okay, okay. I like that. But yeah, check her out, guys. So without further ado, let's do some hellos and all that stuff, and show gratitude to you guys for popping in. So those of you who are new, if you haven't been here already, welcome. Hey, Jaleesa. Hey, girl. Hey. If you guys are new and haven't done so already, hit that like button and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate the support. And for those of you who have already been rocking with your girl, like some of my folks that are popping in now, very, very grateful. Thank you for the continued support. And yeah, so today I felt guided to this deck. This was one of the first decks I got, probably the second or third deck I purchased, and it's the life coaching oracle deck, which I really love. Oh, Jaleesa, I'm pretty good today. I got out of work early. That was nice. Hey, Morpet, how are you? Hi. Sliner? Sliner? Um, but yes, nonetheless, I felt drawn to these cards. I use them all the time, but for some reason I felt kind of more drawn to them today. So I think we're gonna start the reading off with these. I usually use them as like kind of like an advice piece at the end, but this might give us a little bit of insight of where you guys already are, and then a few more oracle decks to pull our energy towards that a little bit more. And then we'll do a Celtic cross to see deeper into your circumstances, and then some more advice pieces at the end and some affirmations. So, without further ado, let's get started, shall we? As mentioned earlier, this is just a collective message. I'm not doing personals today, but if you so feel inclined to stick around, I would greatly appreciate it. So, with that said, let's get started. I'm gonna do some shuffles. I already cleansed, and ironically, when I cleansed, I was like, "What the hell?" I looked on the other side of the room, and because I had a candle going on over there, it's still going, but like that, and I like have my this little thing here that I like burn my sage and stuff in, and I'm looking over there, I'm like, that shit's still burning. It was like 10 minutes. And I was like, what the fuck? I was a little concerned because I saw smoke. I was like, oh shit. And then I was like, oh, it's still, the sage is burning. I'm like, okay, so you guys might, I'm getting something maybe about maybe getting rid of some type of old energy. Not sure where this is gonna go yet, but like just the fact that the sage took that long to stop burning, there could be a energy of like purging in a way. We shall see. I would not be shocked if like the clear your auric field were to show up from this deck or something like that. So let's get started. All right, Spirit, let me let positive energy into this reading for the collective. Show them what they, my hands is ashy. Show them what they need to see at this time for their highest good. Hold on one second, guys. Yeah, my hands are ashy. Shit. Um, but yeah. Show the collective what they need to see at this time for their highest good. Like I said, this is like a soulful life coaching session. Let's see what Spirit has to say. This will be very spiritually inclined to help guide you in the right direction when it comes to your current circumstances. Now, keep in mind, this is a collective, so everybody's going through different things, but we'll see what pops up. All right, but yes, Let's start over. Rewind. Spirit positive energy into this reading for the collective. Show them what they need to see at this time for their highest good. Let's get the clearest and most accurate messages that correspond with their circumstances so we can help them on their journey at this time. Yeah, I almost said amen. I don't usually say amen. Amen. I usually say thank you or something like that. Okay. But let's see what happens when we split. All right, so we have resolve. It says, this is a period of indecision or inner conflict, and it's time to make a decision. And it came out along with visionary. You are learning to synthesize all of your creative ideas into action. Very, very interesting. So we'll see where it goes. We shall see where it goes. All right, so we're going to get a few from here to start. I did see shooting star. So it's giving me like, it says shooting star, but I'm hearing like earth, wind, and fire. You're a shining star, no matter who you are. Shining bright to see what you could truly be. Some of you guys might be earth, wind, and fire fans. I am myself. Alright, let's get a couple more shuffles. Spirit. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so we have support team here on the bottom. 2 minds are better than 1, 3 minds are better than 2, and 4 minds are unstoppable here on the bottom of the deck. So it could be something about like maybe teamwork kind of dynamics, reconciliation. Interesting. This relationship, friendship, or partnership can be saved. Again, don't know where this is going just yet. Ooh, I like this. Positive life changes. Positive life changes are ahead if you choose to trust in the process. Huh. Let's see. Where is this going, Spirit? I'm getting this could be career related, which is ironic because I pulled out this new deck. I haven't used them on the channel yet. The life purpose deck. So I'm not sure if this is going to kind of be guiding towards career and finance and, you know, soul purpose type of stuff, but we shall see. What do we got? See, it came out. As I was singing the song earlier, Shooting Star. The song's Shining Star. But you are a shooting star. You are about to step into your fullest potential. I heard recognition. So maybe recognition in the workplace or something like that. Teaming up with the right people. We also have authentic self-expression. Be true to who you really are, and your life will change in the most amazing ways. And positive life changes is here again on top. Interesting. This is a collective message. I said that earlier. But yeah, karma. You may be involved in a situation that requires justice or fairness. I'm getting, because I did see it in the reverse in the deck. I'm wondering if you guys were dealing with like some karmic lessons in the workplace. You're getting ready to come out of that and start seeing some changes happening within the workplace. And there's something like that possibly. So let's get like maybe 3 or 4 from here, and then we're going to pull from the Energy Oracle deck to get a little bit more insight. Okay. Interesting. Okay, we have 2 cards that came out together. The Void is here. You may be covering up the emptiness or pain through an addiction. Along with spiritual gifts in the reverse. It says you are in the process of developing and fine-tuning your spiritual gifts. Again, it was in the reverse. So what I'm kind of getting is if you guys are kind of in this weird space right now where you're trying to tap into your fullest potential, but you just haven't found the right, I'm getting the right outlet. That explains why I felt so drawn to bring these over here. We're going to look into these too. But we're going to dive deeper. Let's see if that's where it's going, but this is what I'm feeling. That could have put you in a slump. And when we talk about, you know, this void here saying, you know, I heard depression. It doesn't say that in the card, but it said addiction. But addictive patterns could show up and manifest in different forms, and it doesn't always have to be, you know, through like chemical dependencies like we typically see, right? We're like, we always hear the word addiction, we think automatically drugs and alcohol. And it's like, no, addiction could come in many, many different forms. It could come in the form of overworking or overcompensating. It could come in the form of people pleasing. It could come in the form of um, a lot of different things. And if you have spiritual gifts yourself, I know somebody, at least one person here who does, more like two. But maybe sometimes you feel like you're not able to use those gifts in the ways that you feel are suitable for where you feel you're supposed to be headed. And that could be kind of a little bit of a daunting task, because it's like, okay, well, I'm trying to develop my and fine tune my gifts, but how do I utilize them? And that could put you in a little bit of a, an empty space. So that maybe that's why teamwork, kind of that energy did kind of show up. I was picking up on something about that. Maybe you're going to be teaming up with the right people who are going to help you. I heard the word trajectory. Help you on that path of trajectory into what it is that you're trying to, pursue, or what you're meant to pursue at this time. We have universal mind here on the bottom. You are about to receive the solution to your problem or concern. And remember, we saw a card that was talking about like a decision needing to be made. So awakening is here. You are no longer letting people dictate and run your life for you. If you were, I did hear people pleasing earlier. I just mentioned it. So if you were like one of those folks, and it happens. I've been this person too. Trying to satisfy other people. Living the way that other people are telling you, oh, you should do things this way. Da, da, da. Like, I'm getting something along those lines. We have restlessness in the middle of the deck. Find a way to calm the waters of your mind. Overthinking is an addiction. So let's clear out that void, right? That empty space, and do something and fill it with something positive, right? So let's bring up 5 deeper and see where this is going. If this is resonating with you, let me know in the comments. Being that this is a collective message, it's going to be different for everybody. And if it's not your message, it's not your message. Perfectly okay. You don't have to stay. Free will, right? Let's get 2 more from here. Thank you. Seeker of truth. You can feel the hidden truth behind your circumstances. So seeing the truth, I'm getting a couple of different things. Like, because I'm seeing not oracle cards, like tarot cards, like flashing, like in front of me. It's weird. I saw the Hanged Man. I saw the High Priestess. It's like giving. I saw the Moon. There's like, you have a lot of intuition, but it's time to like heighten that gift and actually utilize it, or allow yourself to honor it. Because sometimes what happens is, we make excuses. We say, oh, no, everything's fucking fine. And it's not. Earth shifts on the bottom of the deck. You are very connected to Mother Earth, and as such you experience all that she does. So it's kind of a going with the flow of life kind of thing. Power struggle, interesting. You may be involved in a power struggle between 2 or more people. Interesting. So maybe you're seeing the truth about people in your energy. You feel the shift of energy happening. Yeah, unwavering faith. But the thing is, it's in the reverse. So it says you are being asked to have faith in the unseen. I'm getting like divine protection too. But the thing is, again, there's that intuitive factor that I'm picking up on, and you guys might sometimes struggle with trusting your intuition, is what I'm getting. When something feels off about something, or even when something feels right, you might question it. Be like, no, I was wrong gazillion other times. Maybe I'm wrong again. And sometimes it's like, you go through all those experiences, and they're meant to teach you. So the more lessons that you learn, the wiser you become, and the more intuitive you become. So being able to apply the lessons as they, as they're meant to be, how can I word it? Because now I'm fumbling over my words. You know what it is too? Like, I'm hearing like a bunch of messages coming in at the same time. I'm like, okay, come on guys, one message at a time. Calm up. Yeah, Earth shifts is here again. But yeah, it's like, you see how I'm fumbling though? It's like, what I'm getting is, it's like, that's probably what your brain feels like scatterbrain, like up, like, well, you get pulled in all these different directions in your head. You're like, well, I feel this way, but nope, I'm probably wrong because I was wrong before. And you start overthinking, and then you see how even like I have like diarrhea of the mouth even right now. You know who I'm thinking about? For those of you who are Stranger Things fans, I'm getting Robin right now, but she just keeps going, 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 going. She doesn't stop. That's what I'm getting right now. So that might be what your brain feels like, you know. Earth shifts is here again officially on the spread. All right, let's see. Bottom of the deck we have Awakening is here again. And again, that's like that energy of not letting people dictate your life. Top of the deck, okay. It's in the reverse. That's a good thing. But it's the Dark Night of the Soul card. You are in the midst. We saw Awakening a little while ago, didn't we? Oh, it's on the bottom of the deck. But yeah, we saw it twice. But yeah, you're in the midst of a spiritual awakening. Now, this was in the reverse. So I am kind of getting like you're either coming out of this energy or they're putting emphasis on this, like letting you know, kind of reassuring you that you are getting out of it. Obsession is here. Overthinking. It's time to get out of your head and back into your heart. Yeah, so overthinking is a big part of this message already. I'm gonna say we have to work on that because it's very easy to get caught up in what our brain is telling us. As I say that, look what's here on the bottom of the deck. I haven't shuffled yet. The thinking woman. How ironic. Yeah, thinking too much. Needing to heal that part of yourself, Trusting yourself more. Trusting your inhibitions. Wow. Intuition is what I'm trying to say. But I think inhibitions came out because it's like, I'm getting, maybe kind of at different times threw caution to the wind and, it was like, fuck it, I'm just going to do this. And then it might have bit you on the ass later. So now you're like, oh, okay, well, now I just have to be super uptight about everything. But no, it's just being cautious. You don't have to, I heard the word tight-lipped too. That sounds like it's something different. But like, yeah, it's just about being able to find that balance between, the lessons you've learned and paranoia, right? Like you don't want to be paranoid about stuff. Yeah, it's very interesting. A lot of messages coming through, and when it's collective, it's always like kind of all over the place like that. That's why I try to pull from more than one deck just to get the overall energy a little bit more. Yeah, adjacent possibilities. It's like you feel stifled. It's in the reverse. You feel stifled. You feel stuck. You feel like you're stuck in your circumstances. But I do feel like Spirit's trying to say you're about to get out of that energy. Yeah, family could have something to do with this. We do have happy family here and attachment. So you might have an attachment to family that can contribute to you feeling kind of stuck in your circumstances. Let me know if that resonates at all. I'm even getting like, especially with that spiritual gifts card that we saw earlier. Let's say if you come, this seems very specific. This is not going to be for everybody. If you come from like a religious background, for instance, this is energy that's showed up a lot lately. You come from a religious background, but you're more on the spiritual side, or you have a different belief system or something. Even if you grew up in a certain type of, household, and you get older and you're like, this is not really what it was cracked up to be. I feel differently, and this is what I want to explore. And you might not be getting the acceptance that you would hope that you would get. But remember, I talked about people pleasing earlier too. I was picking up on that. You can't live for other people. This is your life. You gotta live it the way you want. So as long as you're not hurting anyone, right? So yeah, it's your life. Do what you want. If something seems amiss, follow that. Follow that guidance. All right. Let's see. Let's get like maybe 3 or 4 from here, and we're gonna look into the tarot with the Celtic cross. I think the Celtic cross would be good. Yeah, we're only 20 minutes in, so I think that would be good. Thank you, Spirit. What we got? It flipped. Angel of Love in reverse. Very interesting. Victory, bottom of the deck. Strategy. Matters of the heart are involved. I want to know more about this Angel of Love in the reverse, though. I don't typically do this, but I feel guided to do so. No pun intended. The guidebook. I know what the card means, but I'm just like, Spirit is guiding me to read that card and what it means in the book, the reversed position. Because like I said, I know what the card means. It's just one of those things. It's like, like it's not a love reading, but I would like to know where this is going. This part of the reading. I think I found it. Yes, got it. All right, so tender connections is what the card represents. In the reversed position, it says, in the reversed position, the angel of love could indicate a possible disconnect in matters of the heart, which makes sense because look what's on the bottom of the deck, or on the top rather, or the middle. Damn it. Of course, I'm not gonna be able to find it now. Probably it's too late now because I put the cards back together. But it was the heart chakra card. While this sometimes signifies a divorce or separation, it could also imply an emotional rift where two people stay connected on a superficial basis, yet at a deeper level seem to be going their own ways. I just heard, you can go your own way, you can go your own way. In this position, the angel can also refer to an old separation if the longing remains alive in one partner's heart. If you find yourself unable to let go, this loving angel is telling you it's time to release any toxic or unrequited attachment you may be holding on to. The universe is waiting for you to free your spirit, your heart. I said spirit, it does not say that, it says heart. Free your heart and open your life to the fully present and honoring love that you so rightfully deserve. So look in the mirror and see the angel of love there with you. Know that you are worthy of this tender emotion from yourself and others. So the affirmation here, interestingly enough, it does have affirmations. I like that. I love and value myself without limitation or condition. Tender, loving treatment comes to me in wonderful and unexpected ways. So I'm getting like, because I'm not picking up on love in this reading at all. But that's why I was like, let's see what Spirit has to say in the guidebook. Because, the cards can represent so many different things. I'm kind of getting this energy of like a self-love thing, honoring yourself a little bit more, because that is where you're going to see the victory. Hey, Bookie. Hey, girl. Hey, my girl, she is in the motherfucking building. How you doing, girl? But yeah, I'm also getting like maybe, because we have strategy on the top, I heard the word scribe. I'm getting like maybe journaling might be a good way to kind of release a little bit, talk like getting out your feelings and stuff like that when it comes to matters of the heart, because it is showing up here. There's something that's really near and dear to you that you're holding on to, that maybe you have a hard time talking about, because my throat chakra is starting to act a little bit funny. So I'm getting something like that. Oh, guys, also check out my girl She Radio here. She Radio 333. She also has another channel, Intuitive Interactions. If you want to drop that in there, girl, you can, so that people could see it and maybe follow you on there or subscribe. I still use the word follow. I'm like, no, subscribe on YouTube. Let's get 3 more from here. Ooh, what we got? Challenging position. We've got blossoming abundance. So it's like, you might feel like, you get a little bit challenged in that area, right? When it comes to just getting what you feel you deserve. Not just financially, but just in general. Like, I heard the word shafted. Maybe you feel shafted sometimes. Like, and it's not funny. It's just a funny word, because my brother says it all the time when he's playing like a video game or something. He's losing. I'm getting fucking shafted in this game. I'm like, damn, bro. It's kind of funny. But yeah, so that's why I'm chuckling a little bit, and that's the word I heard. But yeah, you might feel like that sometimes, like, God damn, like, what the fuck? When are things gonna get better? But it's like, it's not that it won't get better. It's just there are things that are still kind of, I heard the word mending. You're on the mend. Partially heart chakra energy, because we just see that energy show up. And getting out of your own head. And as we talk about getting out of your own head and overthinking and all of that, we have the seventh chakra, Archangel Uriel here, which is about your crown. You got to protect that crown chakra, right? Ah, there she goes from her other channel. There we go. Check her out, guys. Intuitive Interactions. That's the same person that She Radio, so you might want to subscribe to both of those. She does her readings, though, I believe, mostly on the Intuitive Interactions, if I'm not mistaken. Love this girl. We have the Garden and the Gate here. I heard gatekeeper. Like, don't be your own gatekeeper, right? Like, don't keep yourself from where you're meant to go, right? Because look on the horizon of all of that shit, right? Like, you could, like, only thing separating you from the life that you want and that you can have is yourself. She literally holds the key around her neck. Literally holds the key around her neck. While she's like looking off in the distance, like, I just hope everything gets better in my life. It's like, it will. But you gotta, get out of your head. And Lord knows that they talking to my ass too. That's why this is a soulful, um, session here that we're doing, right? A little life coaching session. Yeah. Practice the art of detachment is what I'm getting. Detach from that. Negative mindsets and stuff is what I'm getting. We saw that energy showing up earlier. Let's get two more from here, Spirit. Notice how all of a sudden it got dark in here. I don't know if y'all noticed that. There's like a little bit of overcast all of a sudden. It's not going to rain or anything, but there's some overcast. All right, the temple path. Yes, the path is being lit up for you guys to, go towards where it is that you are meant to go. But again, it's one of those kind of things where it's like, when you feel like lost, or you feel like you're, in that, we saw the dark night of the soul show up. We saw the void, right? That energy of feeling, stuck in a dark place. And it's like, okay, well, how do I get out of here, right? Door to spirit is the answer. Stepping into your spirituality, or something that's bigger than you, whatever that looks like. Whatever that looks like. Excuse me. So some of you, you might, be like spiritual like myself. Some of you guys might, go to church. Nothing wrong with that either. Believe in a different faith. Whatever the case, whatever that looks like to you. Some of you guys might, be very cosmic beings and believe in the universe, and some people might be more like on the path of, following like nature, and the way that, nature, I mean, we did see this earth shifts card earlier. Some of you guys might be in that realm too, hugging trees and shit and putting your feet in the dirt. Nothing wrong with that either. Get grounded, baby. Whatever that looks like for you. God is everywhere. God is omnipresent. So whatever you believe in, we're very, very open here with all of that. So we do have hostilities here on the top of the deck, and it's in the reverse. So it's giving me, getting out of those challenging times. And I'm also kind of getting, I heard the word contention. I've been hearing that word a lot lately. Maybe sometimes there is a battle of wits there in some kind of way, where it's like maybe you're, I talked about this recently. Was it last week or the week before? I was like, guys, I was cussing God out. As fucked up as that sounds. But I was cussing God out. I was like, why is my life so fucked up? Blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, bitch, take a chill pill. You are in control. You have way more control over a lot of the shit going on in your life than you're, giving yourself credit for, one. And two, like, you have that control, but at the same time, it's okay to release control too. But you ain't gonna get nowhere if you sitting there cussing out God and you ain't, fixing your own shit, right? Just saying. So, but some of you guys might feel like that, and you're realizing, okay, well, let me take a chill pill, and honor the fact that I want to have a relationship with something higher than myself and work as a collaborative effort. I do believe that we can work with, the Most High, whatever you believe in, to accomplish, the things that we set our minds to. Let me know if that makes any sense. Um, let's get one more from here. I found this cool lo-fi Michael Jackson playlist thing. That's what's playing in the background right now. It's pretty cool. I was like, I played the first song. I was like, okay, I could get jiggy with this. I like this. So that's what's playing in the background. um, I did look at the list though. I was like, they could have put some more like lo-fi type of sounds or songs already in there so that they really would have meshed. Like if they would have did say like uh I don't know, like Butterflies or Heaven Can Wait or something like that. That would have been dope as fuck. But anywho, don't get me started on my boy. We have Door to Spirit officially on the spread now. Bottom of the deck, man holding a coin. Interesting. It's giving me stability. Stability could kind of start in your life, would start coming in as you work on building that relationship with spirit and within self as well. And we have rest and rejuvenation here. He's also in a very meditative state here, right? It's kind of giving like, I don't even know if that's considered as like the lotus position. It kind of looks like it, but I could be wrong. Do not quote me on that. But yeah, I don't meditate nowhere near as much as I should, but or do yoga and things like that the way I should. But yes, I am getting, meditation might be something that can be helpful when it comes to that relationship that you start to build, and it could help with providing a greater sense of stability overall too. Yeah, see, getting some downloads, some messages. We got that. What the fuck are y'all niggas doing? Messing up my chi over here. Here again, the seventh chakra archangel Uriel here, which is the crown. Interesting. All right, so I am gonna now pull from the tarot. I'm probably like, damn, just start pulling from the tarot. Well, Spirit had a lot to say from just the tarot. I mean, the oracle cards. I was like, I didn't expect it to go that deep, but we honor it. I go with where Spirit guides me. So if Spirit says this is what you're going to talk about, this is what you're going to read about, I'm like, okay, say less. You don't got to tell me twice, Spirit. I'm just listening. I'm just a vessel. So I just follow where I'm guided. Just like I haven't used these on the channel in a while. I brought this that Lati was asking about it from Tears and Wheat Tarot Show. She was like, where'd you get those from? I was like, girl, I got these for $15 from Target. Because I was at a hotel room for a vacation with my boyfriend. I was by myself and I was bored as hell. And I was like, okay, I need to read and go live. I was losing it. So I was like, okay. I ordered them, $15. Got to the hotel room in like 45 minutes. I was like, sweet, say less. But this is actually to me, the connection I have with these, very powerful. So that's why I chose to work with these tonight. And I love doing like Celtic crosses with them because I feel like they really dive deep. All right, so we're gonna do that. Yeah, getting over disappointments and heartache and stuff like that. We did talk about the heart chakra. And then we have the devil here in reverse. So getting out of toxicity, right? I like that because, with that, void energy we saw, which is like talking about emptiness and addiction and stuff like that. Like to see that you're getting out of that and, the heartbreak and disappointments, getting out of that energy. It's a good thing. So it shows that you guys are, trying to move forward in your life. So yeah, that's one of the things that stood out to me too. The color, really pretty. Every summer I get a color similar to this on my nails because it reminds me of like the ocean or something. It's pretty. All right. So maybe one more shuffle. Thank you. Oh, it's here again. Oh wow! Look what's underneath that. On the bottom of the deck we have that Three of Swords that we just saw, and then underneath that is the Star. So you are healing, baby. I love that energy to start off with the tarot part. Yeah, moving past that shit. Got the Three of Wands. Moving past that old stagnant ass energy. No more of that. Um, I'm getting with this King of Swords in the middle of the deck, but it's in reverse. That's going back to like that overthinking. I feel like getting past that. I'm thinking mental health might be very important right now for some of you. Let me know if that resonates in the comment section if you're comfortable talking about it. Or you could just hit a reaction and let me know that way. Likes are also very helpful and appreciated. So yeah, mental health might be one of those things. Um, Somewhat related, but unrelated at the same time. I saw a post earlier today on Facebook in a group, and the question was, would you allow your child to stay home um, if they said that they were emotionally or mentally tired? And I was like, absolutely. And I was like, my answer basically was like, absolutely. I was like, um, mental health and emotional health are just as important as physical health, and we have to keep that intact. We forget that our kids and our teenagers are also very emotional beings. Throat chakra. That's one of those things that people don't talk about enough. Um, and I was really kind of um, sad about how many people said that they wouldn't. They're like, "Oh, I'm not raising pussies" and things like that. What? Because we care about our kids making sure that they're mentally stable and safe. That's ridiculous. That's why people kill themselves and shit now, because they're not. Like, right? All right. Anywho, but just saying, it was a very interesting, you know, juxtaposition between the people who are like absolutely and the people who are saying no. I'm like, yeah, well, God forbid. I hope your kid is gonna be fucking okay. Because with some of those comments I saw, I was like, okay, the world, a whole new world, dazzling place I never knew. Yes, you guys, you're closing out cycles, and it's about to be something successful, right? There's completion here. We did see that the dark night of the soul energy show up, and I was picking up on closure even with that. So with that coming out with this on the bottom of the deck, the Seven of Pentacles here, I like that. I'm getting, closing out the old bullshit stuff and about to kind of tap into something new and different and invest in yourself, right? You put in too much effort into the things that don't matter anymore. It's time to put the effort into you, right? Remember, I was saying something about you guys might be having a hard time with following your own intuition sometimes? Yeah. The moon here in the reverse. I'm not even getting like secrecy. I'm getting like you guys might have a hard time following your own intuition. We talked about that early on in the reading, so that's kind of giving me some. And I said I was picking up on the moon energy and stuff, so there it goes. It showed up, but yeah, I'm picking up on that. Yeah. Oh God, you guys might be not sleeping properly at night. I'm one to talk. Oh goodness, but yeah, and yes, sis, they are very, very important. Exactly, because the thing is, people don't understand. Like when your mental and your emotional state is fucked up, it does affect your physical health. You start having things like heart problems, stomach problems, joint pain. There's a term for it, and of course, I'm not gonna be able to remember what it's called right now. Shit. I hope I remember it before the end of the reading. Um, it's called like transmission or something like that, or transference. I think it's called transference. Um, I could be wrong, but I believe it's called transference. And if it is, basically what it is just like when your mental and emotional, all that stuff, health is fucked up, just putting it in layman's terms. When you're going through that type of stuff and the stress is so overwhelming, it becomes physical manifestations in the body, and otherwise can't be explained just regular medically speaking. So when the source of the issue starts to get better, usually those physical ailments go away as well. It's very interesting, but I believe it's called transference. You can look it up and see. I don't want you guys to think I'm just making shit up, but 39. That's a 3929, but for some reason I was seeing like 3939. But interesting. Number, that would be like what, number 12, right? Temperance. Challenge. Let's see. The challenge is kind of moving on from it, right? Three of Wands is here. Exactly, sis. That's it. Exactly. I'm learning that more and more as like, excuse me, sometimes I go back and forth with where I am mentally and emotionally, and noticing how more and more things happen to me physically over the years. And I'm just like, damn, I was like super healthy. What the fuck is happening? Ever since 35 years old, I'm just like, and you know, so like now the past what 5 years now, it's been kind of like, you know, up and down. So gotta work on that. But it's neither here nor there. But yeah, there is like this challenge of kind of moving past certain things. You know, when like sometimes when we're closing out cycles, there's so many things that we don't want to leave behind, whether it's our old version of ourselves or, you know, the people in our lives, habits, things like that. It becomes so much more difficult to move past. But Spirit is guiding you to do so. Hey Monica, hey, what's up, girl? For some of you, this could be a past relationship. That's not gonna be for everybody, but for some it is. Yeah, we got that Three of Swords here again, so it very much could be that. Because I wasn't really picking up on love much earlier, but you know, everybody's going through different things, so it definitely could be. The Emperor is in the middle of the deck, so somebody could have been dealing with somebody who was like very controlling, if that is what the challenge has been. But I'm also picking up on maybe you know the challenge has also been just kind of taking control over and ownership over your own life. I'm getting that too. I'm also getting for somebody another very specific message. Somebody could have had issues with, remember I was talking about like maybe parents being a factor for somebody, and you know overall, you know, background, like, you know, starting young. um Daddy issues, let me know if that resonates. um Trying to like please dad because dad wants things done a certain way, or somebody who's like very militant and controlling. I'm getting a lot of different messages. So like I said, keep in mind, being that this is, there's a siren going by now, so it could be some confirmation for someone. But being that this is a collective message, there's going to be numerous messages coming through. So when I pick up on them, I'll say them. And what I'm picking up, all right, tell us more. These cards keep falling. Um, that and flipping around. This card is representing kind of where you are mental, like, so, like consciously right now. We have the Four of Swords in the reverse. So it's kind of giving me this energy of, if this is where you are here, you just want to rest easy. I, I heard it like like a hippie. Rest easy, man. Like somebody smoking a J and passing the J over. Rest easy, man. Don't let the man get to you. You know what I mean? How they used to talk back in the 60s and shit. Probably getting high at a Woodstock concert or something. Who knows? Maybe you were around back then if you believe in past lives. But no, I'm so serious though. Like, it's like giving me like rest assured. Like breathe easy. You know, that's, at least that's where you're trying to be, right? You know? But then there's like that lack of motivation at the same time, you know? You go back and forth. You know, it's one thing to want something, but, you know, if you are having a hard time, you know, letting those things go, right? That could be, you know, worrisome. Yeah. I'm also getting this. This seems very specific. Somebody might be really creative or has like an idea for like a creative venture, and I'm kind of getting, Spirit is like saying, we are not going to let your ass sleep until you write this stuff down and do something with these ideas. Because I think you guys keep on brushing things off, and they're trying to give you messages in your sleep and like in the form of dreams and stuff, and you're not listening. That's very specific for somebody. I don't know if that resonates at all. Tell us more. You This makes a lot of sense. You got the Judgment card in the reverse. You guys judge yourselves. you're like your own, and I'm not doing it in a judgmental way, I promise, but you're kind of like your own worst enemy in a way. It's like you guys struggle a lot with how you perceive yourself and your ultimate like self-image. And when I say self-image, I don't mean like, you know, how you look. I mean that could be a part of it too, but I'm talking about like your overall view of who you are. You struggle with that. And how other people perceive you. I mentioned people pleasing way early in the reading. Um, and in turn, that is something that you've internalized. And there we go, self concept. And it, you struggle with it. And, you know, beat yourselves up sometimes. Yeah. But, you know, let me know if that resonates. But, yeah, we have the magician here. It's like you know, you hold that power to be able to, you know, manipulate and change these things. But you have to, you know, ultimately think of yourself in a different way and your circumstances in a different way. We have the Queen of Pentacles here on the bottom. So we talked about stability and stuff earlier too. We picked up on the sense of that. You know, the more, so when I'm getting stable here, like I said something about getting more grounded. I'm getting more confirmation on this grounding energy. The more grounded that and secure you feel in yourself, the more that everything else is going to become aligned. I need to work on this myself. Because it does kind of deter you off your path a bit. Yeah, take that leap of faith. Spirit is calling you to do so. Tell us more, but you gotta not be so hard on yourselves. Beating yourselves up, you know, don't be judgy. You know, speak words of kindness. Oh God, here we go. I feel like I'm one of my t-shirts that I wear all the time. Be kind and all this. But no, seriously, like, you know, speak words of kindness to yourself, you know. How would you, and have self-compassion, like how, like think about how you talk to your friends and your family and stuff when they need advice and stuff like that, and you know, you're breathing words of light into them, right? Do the same, word and life into them. Do the same for yourself. There's a reason why I felt the need to talk about affirmations today too, I guess, like, because I have a deck for affirmations at the end of the reading. There we go. You know, everything's kind of connecting, but yeah. Yes, exactly, Monica, exactly. We have to be friends to ourselves too. You know, we can have a heart of gold and help everybody else, but we gotta be able to help ourselves too. Hey, Lati, what's up, girl? One of my other sisters in the building. I got all my peoples up in here. My soul tribe just showing up and showing out. I love y'all. I love y'all so very much. Check her out, actually. Tears and Wheat Tarot Show, where you show enough, never know what you're gonna get. Amazing reader, amazing person. Not just a reader, she's a channeler. Like she's the real deal. Holyfield. Like, same thing with my other my other girls too. Like, they are so connected. Okay, like completely different than your typical readers. Not trying to be funny, you know, no shade to nobody or anything, but I'm just saying these girls are locked in when it comes to how heavy they are into spirit. Okay, and they are definitely, you know, worth the watch, and they will help you on your path. They help me all the time. All right, guys, so we have here talking about recent past. We have the Magician here. I like that. The Magician. Well, let's see what the cards that are coming out with it though. And the Sun. So those came out together. Those are good cards to come out together. A lot of major arcana popping up too, by the way, guys. So you guys have been manifesting your happiness. Like, you know, you know, we had that blossoming abundance card and the gateway and the gate and what is it, the gate and the something, the one that talks about, like, you know, that threshold, and you know, you have the key to get through that threshold. I forgot the name of the card. Lati knows because she knows the deck. But the energy deck. But yeah, because it's not an official spread, but it did show up. Ooh, okay, y'all been trying to manifest money too. Ace of Pentacles. Remember I said that you guys, like, one of the things that y'all might be working on is stability, just overall, like across the board, but just feeling like things have been kind of lacking, right? wanting, to have a really positive outlook and outcome when it comes to, the things happening around you, including, family matters too. Um, but the thing is, with this moon here, again, um, got the sun and the moon showing up in the same little vicinity there. Um, yeah, it's like that damn intuition. Sometimes that should be a motherfucker. You just you can't seem to get past, that stuff or the things that feel hidden and things like that. I heard the word trap. Like, maybe when things are going good, you feel like it's a trap. You're so used to, I feel like for somebody this is gonna resonate. You might be so used to, have been so used to, as soon as things are going good in your life, you see these changes and improvements happening, you're like, nah, this is too good to be true. What's about to happen now? And then boom, something bad happens, and then you're like, oh, yep, see, I knew it. I knew something bad was gonna happen. Oh, Lord knows I've done the same thing. I am not judging. I am not judging. Not passing judgment at all, because I do the same shit. Like, especially in relationships, like, this motherfucker about to do some bullshit. They're too good to be true. Like, like don't like. It's okay to be skeptical sometimes, but don't question things so much to the point where like you get in your head, and the next thing you know, because of that, all the things you just manifested turn this way. You cause delays in your manifestations and your overall happiness, and the things that you've been working so hard to build, right? Like, for instance, if you have an issue with, I'm getting this right now, somebody who's watching or who ends up watching might have like a lack mindset, and it's time to focus on having an abundant mindset. And I know that that's hard. God, that fucking light is like annoying. There's no way that I can fix it right now, because that's where all of the sun is coming through. All right. Sorry, guys. Tell us more. What is the yeah, this is gonna bother me. There's really no getting out of this. It's because of the time of the day too. It's like, yeah. Hopefully that's not bothering you guys too much. I can't really fix it. Tell us more. We need some incoming energy. Thank you. Oop, oop, oop. All right. All right, so we have the Four of Wands in the reverse. I'm not sure how I feel about that, so I might want to look into that a little bit deeper, because that's usually about like issues in the home. It could be celebrations like that, are canceled, because it could represent like reunions and stuff like that. I don't like this angle. Y'all get to see all my gut and stuff. No thank you. Y'all need to see all this chocolate chip now. Yeah, could represent a lack of stability, and we just were talking about trying to get more stable, right? What's on the bottom here? The Five of Pentacles is on the bottom, and top is the Lovers. So maybe this is going to be a choice that needs to be made so that you can go towards your stability, is what I'm kind of getting. Page of Cups. Interesting. Tell us more about this Four of Wands in the reverse, Spirit. Yeah, it's like making a choice to, we talked about like distancing yourself from things that no longer serve you, so it's kind of giving me that right now. We got the Three of Swords officially on the spread now, because this card showed up about 3 or 4 times, but it's officially here. So there's definitely something about a lack of stability, as well as like pain and disappointments. Somebody might be, that seems very specific. This isn't going to be for everybody, because I do have the King of Swords in the reverse on the bottom. Sometimes that could represent a divorced person. It could also just represent, rash decisions and not being in the best mind state. It can represent a lot of things. And we do have the Eight of Swords here on the top. But like I said, everybody's going through different things. Oh, look, the Hierophant in the middle of the deck, that represents usually marriage. Um, but the other thing I'm getting is, remember I was talking about kind of like the sense of almost like separating yourself from, old belief systems. I did mention that. So, I'm getting more than one message here, so please bear with me. Because we did talk about that too. Um, you know, the background that you came from, and now maybe, you're seeing, it's giving almost a tower moment, but like, well, we did see the dark night, so it's kind of the same. It's kind of giving me tower moment. It's like the whole foundation of what you thought you knew falling apart, and now what you're gonna do with that. The choices that need to be made to get past it. Oh, girl, if it weren't a phone call, I'm going to call you after this. I enjoyed our conversation the other night. That was really nice. We spoke almost an hour. I was like, oh, damn, that conversation went that quick. I was like, damn, I thought we were on the phone for 15, 20 minutes. We were on the phone for damn near an hour. Like, that was a good conversation. One thing I love to do is like, cause I'm not really a phone person, but when I talk to my friends and family, and it's like just all this positive energy come. I mean, I don't mind talking to my friends and family even when it's negative stuff too. If I'm there to be there, like as a a support, I'm there. But like when I hear my people who I love and care about so dearly having all these positive things happening in their lives, I'm like, what? Like I live vicariously through them, and I'm just like happy as a goddamn clam. I'm just like, wow, this is great news. Like I need to hear more. You know what I mean? When you got a lot going on in your own life, to be able to hear positive things happening for people you care about, it's a beautiful thing. So yeah, I love that. It's like I said, I'm not really a phone person, but if I'm on the phone and it's like that, I'm like, okay, I'm all ears, please. you know, Give you all the congratulations that you deserve and all that. I love that. Makes me happy. All right, let's see. Tell us more. Thank you. The attitude is the chariot. Moving on, right? Upward and onward, away from, all of the shit that no longer serves. Some of you might be getting a car or looking into that. I need a new car myself. So yeah, some of you guys might be physically moving. It's representing a lot of different things. Could definitely be a family dynamic for somebody with this 10 of cups on the bottom. But yeah, Knight of Swords is about seizing new opportunities. And this is like kind of what's happening for some of you guys currently. I like that. You might have dealt with a period, it kind of goes back to earlier when I was like, you guys might be like, I don't know when things are going to get better in my life. And this is literally kind of the same energy as that card. It literally is the same thing. Like you got all these cups these empty cups in front of you that you just dwell on sometimes. So you're like, when are things going to get better in my life? And then you got the hand of the Most High offering you something, and it's like you just have to pay attention. The opportunities are not missed. It's just you got to get past all the other shit to get to the new opportunities, the cream of the crop. The creme de la creme. All right, tell us some more. What's the environment? Ooh. Okay, okay. The Empress. Holla back. I don't know why I said that. Oh my God, somebody's a millennial. There's a millennial here. Because the response should be, if I say holla back, youngin', you gotta be like, ooh, ooh. Oh my God, somebody definitely went to high school in the 2000s. Oh my goodness, or college. One or the other. Y'all was jamming to that shit in the club. Right, some house party, dry humping and shit with the boys. Or if you're, the boy dry humping on some girls. I just saw a whole basement party scenario with all the nasty liquor. Oh man. I love the comedic relief that Spirit offers on this channel. I love you guys. You guys are fucking hilarious. But yes, the Empress, I'm saying, like, y'all is the shit. You are stepping into your divine masculine or divine feminine energy. Yep, because you've closed out and you're killing. You're first off, you're killing it, killing the game. But no, seriously, like you know, there's like this, final cut of, I heard edit. I saw like I had a final cut, right? Cutting out all the bullshit. These transformations that are about to happen because of you being able to cut these things out. And that's again giving that upward trajectory forward and upward, with this Eight of Wands here. That's dope. Yeah. You gotta recognize that this is what Spirit wants you guys to know. Recognize that you do have things getting ready to come in. You did not lose out on anything. Even if it feels like you did not. The things that are meant for you are coming through, and when they come through, you're gonna be like, oh, y'all gonna come back to me. Y'all gonna be like, damn, you were onto something there. You knew what you were talking about. And be like, it wasn't me, it was Spirit. Spirit said, not me. Anywho, tell us more. What's maybe the hope and or fear surrounding this? Um, I just, as I'm going like this, trying to catch the car, and it happens to be a fire sign. I was like, I heard, get it while it's hot. Spirit, you guys are funny. King of Wands, too hot to hold. Um, but yes, we got King of Wands here. So that's about confidence, right? I'm getting like exuding confidence. Yeah, because you guys think too much. You literally lose sleep sometimes at night thinking about, you know, if you're good enough and things like that. So there's definitely like this confidence boost that needs to kind of take place because you guys are the fucking shit. I'm getting like kind of like a rewiring of, your how you think, one, and two, fine tuning kind of like the way that your brain operates and thinks. Like it's hard to explain it, so bear with me, guys. I'm sorry. It's like affirmations and stuff would be helpful, but that's not really what Spirit is trying to get at here. It's something bigger than that. It's like mind shifting, essentially, like being able to really shift the way that you think. I heard pattern recognition. That's actually a good way to word it. Like when you start to see the patterns of why you say or do the things that you do or think the things that you think about yourself, recognize, and that might be why that strategy card came up and it was representing writing, and I heard the word scribe. Maybe being able to recognize journaling might be really important for somebody. Being able to kind of recognize the patterns, like where do they stem from? Like, is it when you're around certain people, do they say certain things and it puts you in that space, or is it like where is it stemming from, and understanding where it's like, again, where is it stemming from, and how can you combat that is what I'm getting. I hope that makes sense. I know that seemed like a lot, like a lot jumbled together, but I do hope that made sense and you understand where I was going with that. But yeah, I'm getting like mind shifting exercises and stuff would be helpful for somebody. Excuse me. Because I'm getting self-talk is going to also be a factor. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune here. So like, it's kind of given like once you get that sense of confidence within yourself, and speak more positively to yourself, work on your self concept. The word that Monica had mentioned, because I was saying self image, but the word I was really looking for was self concept. Thank you for that, Allie, girl. But we have the Wheel of Fortune here. Wheel of Fortune. Some of you guys might have used to watch like Game Show Network as a kid, or just in general, depending on how old you are. And I used to watch it with my grandmother, and that was one of our favorites. So I heard like the old school theme song just now. That was my shit. I used to like Jeopardy too. I never got any of the answers right, but I used to like watching the show. My grandmother was really good with that. Let's see. Let's get the likely outcome. I do hope that you guys have been enjoying this message. It's I feel like it's been quite the little whirlwind, right? We had a lot of energy going on throughout the reading, but I do think the clear synopsis is this, overall, like, how do you view yourself? How do you think of yourself? And making sure that you're not allowing a fly just got in here. Great. Motherfucker. That little asshole on the damn screen and that shit got in here, you bastard. Anyway, the fool. I pity the fool. But yes, yeah, just that boost that's needed to kind of take the leap of faith towards what you're meant to, because you are a shooting star. I was going to say shining star, but you are a shining star, and you need to recognize your gifts because you don't always recognize them. And once you start to recognize those things, you're going to start to see abundance blossoming. Just saying. All right. So, any last message from the tarot before we do some affirmations and some actually, I am gonna pull from one other. Well, it's gonna technically be like 3 more decks, but they're gonna be quick. Um, well, with me, since I'm a chatterbox, we'll see about that. But yeah, because there's definitely gonna be some affirmations, and then there's gonna be some angel answers. But I do feel guided to read from the life purpose deck because I was inspired by my girl Lati, who what I did was Lati, if you're still here, I ended up, when you were reading recently, I took a screenshot of the card, and I flipped the image, and then I looked for it on Google search, like how you can search uh, images, and then this deck showed up. I found it on Etsy, got it, but it's like a reprint. It's not the official one. I'm a little disappointed about that, but it's fine. It still works. I read for myself the other day, and I was like, oh shit, everything that I kind of sort of already know showed up. So I'm like, nope, it seems pretty legit to me. So we're gonna read from that. But yes, Spirit is saying this does come down to choices, and one of the first cards out was about choices and resolutions. So I mean, that's confirmation right there, right? Yes, and this is going towards your abundance. 10 of Pentacles, because it does come down to free will. You gotta choose yourself. Stop looking at the things that you feel like you missed out on, and look at what's coming your way, what's heading your way. Work hard and diligently at that. 8 of Pentacles. All right, so we're gonna pull from here for the first time on this channel. We'll get like maybe 4 cards, and then we'll do some affirmations and angel answers, and that'll be the end. Okay, you can tell this is not the original packaging because it's like flimsy in terms of the box. I'm like, the fuck. Like the original box is like something closer to like this, nice and sturdy, bigger and better. No, it's not. I'm an asshole. On the bottom of the deck, before I even do anything, we do have freedom. You're free to do what you choose. Thank you, Spirit, for more confirmations, right? All right, so let's do some shuffling. And we'll get like 3 cards. I'm going to read what the cards themselves say, but I'm also going to read intuitively if I see any messages that I feel I connect with in a different way, because that's the type of reader that I am, an intuitive reader. So let's see what Spirit's got to say. So we'll do like 3 or 4 from here. All right, Spirit. You guys are real redundant right now, because look, how many times y'all talked about choices today? About 5, 6 times now. 6 is maybe an exaggeration, but no, seriously. Time to decide on the bottom. Make a decision based on your heart's true desires. All about decisions. Top. Freedom is here again on the top. Can't make this shit up even if you wanted to. Love and light. Your purpose is to bring divine healing light and love into this world. That's cute. Like that. I mean, if you're watching this, you're probably a part of my soul tribe, or about to be. So I know that you guys are positive healing entities that, was bestowed onto this earth to help everybody else. That's what brings us together. That's why I say love and light all the time. Okay, I don't know if I want to take this many cards, but let's just see what paper here because this looks like a lot. Put them back. Is it a lot? Okay. I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take them because they kind of fall in line with some of the stuff we just picked up on. All right, so we have time to decide is here again. um, environmentalist, interesting. You're an earth angel. Thank you, spirit. Exactly what I'm talking about. Who was born to protect, nurture, and teach about nature and the animals. As I'm talking about bringing love and light and shit into the goddamn world, that's you guys. You guys are earth angels. Talk to your angels. We talked about talking to the Most High, you know, with that door of spirit card, or door to spirit card that showed up. Instead of worrying, ask for divine guidance. Ironically, one of the hashtags in the title is guidance. I never really used that as a hashtag, but I felt drawn to do that today. We have counseling. You heal with kind words, wise advice, and an empathic ear. So you guys are, you know, you're able to help people with your words and your knowledge. I'm also getting with that environmentalist card. Some of you guys might be thinking about doing like naturopathic medicine. Let me know if that resonates at all. We have sensitivity here. You're becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. Exactly. We were talking about that earlier with, like, you know, the spiritual gifts that are in the reverse. It's like, you know, there are these gifts here that need fine tuning, but you have to kind of, you know, balance yourself out to achieve that. And balance, and with that balance, you're going to see a lot of things happening. I'm getting for somebody might be having, that makes a lot of sense. I'll tell you guys why. Somebody might be having a lot of headaches. I also heard tooth pain. Interesting. Tooth pain and headaches. And when people have tooth pain, a lot of times it shoots up into their head. I will also say just be careful with that. You don't want it to be something serious, if that resonates. But yeah, that third eye and crown chakra might be trying to activate, and that could be why you're having the headaches. So yeah. And then with that environmentalist card, it's kind of also giving like that grounding energy we were talking about earlier as well. Heart's desires is on the bottom. The angels are supporting, guiding, and protecting you as your dreams become a reality this year. Let's get two more from here. Those all kind of came out together. It's like almost like you can use all of those cards like in one sector, if that makes any sense. You know, like I'm getting like, you know, if you're doing naturopathic medicine, you're kind of probably doing all of those things. Or if you become like a holistic life coach or any of that type of stuff. Interesting. Or a nutritionist. You counsel a person to, you know, work on their body. Very interesting. That's for somebody. It's not going to be for everybody, but take the messages as they resonate. And when they do, let me know. All right, we got here. Creative expression. We saw and spoke about that earlier. Your soul longs to express itself creatively. So you thrive in an environment where you're able to, you know, use your creative expression is what I'm getting. So whether it's through, you know, different mediums like, you know, poetry and other forms of writing, songwriting, playing instruments, drawing, so on and so forth. You like to create, do something creative that allows you to really, you know, kind of be your full and truest self. Yeah, and it's part of your heart's desire. Infinite abundance. So we have blossoming abundance, and then we have infinite abundance. You're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. Here on the top. And healing energy, or energy healing, sorry. Your natural energy healing abilities are an important part of your life purpose. Come on now, Spirit. Wow. One more from here. And then we're going to get some angel answers and affirmations to close out. And that'll be the end of the reading. Thank you guys for being here all this time. Even if you can't make this shit up, I'm telling you. But let me see what I was about to say first. I appreciate you guys for being here, for You know, a lot of you guys have been here since like the beginning, and if you even if you came in like a little bit later, I just appreciate you guys for popping in at all and sticking around for a bit. Greatly appreciate you guys. You guys are absolutely awesome. And I love y'all. And if you're new to the channel and haven't done so already, definitely subscribe, hit that like button, and all that good stuff, to help support the channel and be in touch with me. Um, but the card that just came out for the last one from this deck is nutrition. Then I just not say somebody might be thinking about being a nutritionist. You conduct healing work with your culinary skills. Just saying. Heart's Desires is here again. Books. You connect to your life purpose through your involvement with books. So some of you guys might want to write a book. Might have been working on writing one already, or just been thinking about it, especially with that creative expression card that came out. And spiritual teacher. Yep, goes back to like the counseling and stuff like that. You heal with your classes, sessions, and seminars. Wow. As we're talking about life coaching and stuff on here, I'm just saying somebody might want to be a life coach, might be thinking about it. All right, let's see. So we're going to pull from the angel answers, maybe 3 or 4 cards from here, and then some affirmations, and that'll be the end. All right, one more shuffle. Spirit. We saw positive life changes in the first deck, and now we have big happy changes here on the bottom of this deck as we're going to close out. Meditation brings answers. I also spoke about meditation earlier and prayer. Wow. Reconsider. This might help you with reconsidering different choices and stuff, right? Looking at the different paths you can take and figuring out what the best path for yourself is, and it will lead to happy changes. I wonder what's on the bottom of that, or underneath. Helpful people, and we talked about that too, right? Finding the right people. In this case, I feel like it's like your soul tribe or something like that, or great coworkers or something like that who kind of will help guide you a little bit along the way. I like that. So let's get 3 from here, Spirit. Get more information. Yeah, studying something, paying close attention, researching, especially with the stuff we saw, like counseling, environmentalists, like creative expression, nutrition. Like that takes a lot of energy in terms of doing research, right? Making sure that that's something that you feel falls in alignment with what you want to do. But they're saying you're ready. If this is what you want to do, you're ready. You just have to do some research on it. And the answer is a big fat yes with this yes with an exclamation point. There's 2 yeses in this, and this one has the exclamation point. So that says a lot. Something could happen for some of you within the next few months. That's nice. Okay, let's get 2 more, Spirit. Wow. In the near future. I mean, I would say the next few months is technically the near future, right? It's reassuring you. Again, meditation brings answers. Look for a sign, as you're connecting more and more with Source. Remember, we talked about that crown chakra. I was like, you guys might start getting downloads, and it might even come sometimes in the form of dreams. You might start getting headaches because you're upgrading, right? You're doing what you need to do, but the choice is up to you. Spirit is putting a lot of emphasis on that. You do have free will here. Yeah. You have free will. So, reconsider, things that haven't been, the best positions for you in your life at this time, and go with where you feel guided in a positive light, because there are opportunities. I heard windfall. There are great opportunities that are going to present themselves to you. It's just a matter of making the right choices for yourself. I'm also getting practicing forgiveness might be important. Forgiveness of yourself and people even around you who, might have, put you in what you feel in some, unfair, fucked up positions. But also being able to say, especially when it comes to forgiving yourself, being able to say, you know what, I forgive myself for, being down on myself, or I forgive myself for allowing for certain things to happen in my life longer than I should have. But I've learned that lesson and I'm moving forward, right? Give yourself that grace. You will find some success. I love that. All right, so we're going to get some affirmations to close out, and then that will be the end of the reading. Again, I do hope that, look, see, before I even shuffle, indecision is here. You can't make it up. Yeah, and judgment. We talked about, not judging yourself a little while ago, didn't we? You can't make this up even if you wanted to, I'm telling you. I love when the readings come full circle like this. Um, but yes, I do hope that you guys have enjoyed this reading. I hope that's been helpful. Look, abundance is here. But you gotta practice patience. I do hope that you got something out of this and that was helpful. I definitely enjoyed doing this reading for you guys. I might make this like a new uh, thing. Like maybe I'll do topics or something like that. And because I am a life coach and I haven't done coaching in a while, a few months, more than a few months now, several months. Kind of went on a hiatus because I wanted to work on myself first before I can help anybody. But I feel like I'm starting to slowly rebuild and get back to where I know I need to be. So maybe if we did something like where we bring life coaching and tarot together, I felt inclined to do that today. And it could help with guiding you guys during your different trials and tribulations of life. Let me know what you guys think. We have on the bottom of the deck doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. Top of the deck we have judgment is here again. Let's see what it says. Understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Middle of the deck we have guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. That's going back to like that Hierophant energy we were talking about earlier, releasing from it. We were trying to figure out where it was going, but we figured it out. All right, let's get 3 cards from here to close out, and that'll be it. We got 2 cards. Yes. All right, so we have failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. We talked about that. Learning experiences and not beating ourselves up about it. Loneliness came out with it. I know that I am never alone. Remember, we're talking about, the more that we connect with, our higher self and with spirit or whatever we believe in, that higher power that helps support us along the way, our ancestors, so on and so forth. Um, they help guide us always. We're never alone. So just always keep that in mind. That's what I'm getting. We have growth on the bottom of the deck. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Let's get 2 more. Guilt is here again. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So they really wanted to put some emphasis on that for it to come out twice. And one more from your spirit. Love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. I like that. Bottom of the deck, regret. I know that I cannot change the past, right? We only can move on to the future. We could do that with self-love and self-acceptance, self-actualization, show gratitude, and I talked about gratitude earlier. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Again, no opportunity is necessarily missed, right? It just might mean that it wasn't for you or there's going to be a delay. But truly missed opportunities, nah, I don't really believe in that anymore. It just means that there's something bigger and better for you. It might take time, right? But no need to worry. Things will get better. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome exactly. If you're sitting in your head being a worry wart all the time, does it make anything better? No, it doesn't. You're just going to cause yourself more angst and, unnecessary stressors and things like that that we talked about turn into physical manifestations in your body and things like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. I say we because I resonate with that. But nonetheless, guys, I hope that this message found you well, and I hope that it, resonated. I hope that you found it helpful, and I definitely enjoyed delivering this message. It was something a little bit different because I felt like taking a slightly different approach in my reading style today. I don't know if, like, for those of you who watch regularly, I don't know if you guys noticed the slight difference in how I read, but yeah, I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed it nonetheless. Yeah, let me know. And yeah, because if this was something that was enjoyable, I might start working on different like topics or something, and and then do readings based off of that. How to guide you as you're working on those different things and what spirit has to say at the same time. So yeah. Again, if you guys are new and haven't done so already, hit that like button and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you know when I'm on, because I've been trying to do better with being more consistent, I guess you would say. I could do better. I'm trying. I really am. So yeah, I'm gonna give myself some graces. I was about to start beating myself up. I was about to start getting, where's the card? I was about to start getting judgy on myself. But yeah, so yeah. With all that said, though, guys, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I was gonna say night, but no, it's still pretty early. It's not even 6 yet. Well, Eastern Standard Time. It's not even 6 o'clock yet. I might take a little walk around the neighborhood or something while it's still nice out. But yeah, I love you guys, and until the next time, my loves. Mwah.